Hello there, welcome to Payroll 2021 in Excel. This is the Louisiana edition. That's right, Louisiana, beautiful state. I was there just earlier this year. I had no idea how many gas stations had casinos in them as I drove north through Louisiana and down in New Orleans. I went to New Orleans as well. I was driving down Bourbon Street basically. There was like nobody there and it was pouring rain. It's darn COVID. Anyway, let's talk about taxes here and payroll tax in the state of Louisiana. This is the first year I've done Louisiana. And let's talk about how you calculate payroll tax. It's kind of a little tricky. It's one of the trickier states, but let's start it out with the W4 version for Louisiana, which is the L4. Just two questions on here. Going to be picking your personal exemptions, really a 0, a 1, or a 2 from Block A, and then a question for Block B about your number of dependents. So when you answer those questions, Block A's questions of 0, 1, or 2 goes here, and your dependents would go here. And that's what you need from the L4. Also, there's a question about filing status. So some things that you need to fill out for Louisiana is also the filing status. If you don't, it's going to show up in red. The reason why is there are two different tax rate tables for Louisiana, which we're going to talk about right now. There's one for single and one for married and 2 or more exemptions. So the way to calculate Louisiana tax, like I said, it's a little more complicated than I would like. Normally, it's lazier. They give you a table here, and it's not really a table. They give you a bunch of instructions about how to calculate it and put everything through this formula. And what this formula is doing is it's kind of phasing in or phasing out the $4,500 per personal exemption and $1,000 per dependent exemption. So you kind of have to prepare both of your potential tax rate tables, the one for the single and the one for the married status. And so this is what that formula looks like in Excel. Is it looks at the wage base, and if it's below $12,500 for single, it does something to it. If it's below $25,000 for married, it does something to it and phases in and out the exemptions amount. And I think they want it to go negative. It's kind of complicated, but if your exemptions are less than $25,000 and the wages are over $25,000, this might be a negative number. I don't know. I've been testing it out. It's coming out pretty close to the places that I tested, so I think it's pretty reasonable. But after you phase in and phase out these exemptions through those formulas, you just have to run this through another formula that they give you. One for single, one for married, in all the 3 different phases of income, 12,000, 500, 50,000, and then for married, it's 25,000 and 100,000 are the 2 different pockets of income that they try to phase in and phase out the exemptions and the tax rates. So tax rates are pretty reasonable. They look like around 2.2 to 1.75%. It's kind of the range there. It's going to come out to be a little less when you're married with the 2 exemption status. So this formula will pick out which one it is and apply all that. And when you're all done, you have a pay stub. You get a pay stub like this. It's going to show you how much Louisiana tax you have withheld. And then you get your state reports. Choose Louisiana, and you're going to see tax withheld and reports for Louisiana. So like I said, it's a little more complicated than I would like it to be. I wish they had a better way of displaying this table. They haven't updated in years. This is 2018, but I think that the rates have been the same since 2009. If there are any updates in 2021, I will let you know, but it looks like this is probably going to stay constant. So that is Louisiana. I recommend going down there. People are always nice. The food is great. That's all I have to say about Louisiana. So when you're filling out and you need to do small business for your payroll for your small business, you can use this Excel application and it will help. And if you have employees in Louisiana, get their L4, get their Block A and Block B numbers and their status, and you should be good to go. So good luck, everybody. Payroll should be easy, so make it so.